What's up, boys? Welcome back to another Terran school. As you guys know, ByuN is back. ByuN played in a GSL and he smashed it with his new TvP build. He had a few different versions of it, but I'm gonna show you guys the version he used the most. And it's gonna be a pretty quick game. It's gonna be a pretty quick guide, so just gonna give you guys the builder with some tips and my take on it. You know, obviously sometimes I change a little bit of things in the build. Obviously gonna try to share the replay in the description. Also, I saw someone posted like a build order list of it, so I'm gonna try to include that as well because I think that could be useful for you guys. But here, I've been messing with it a bit on the ladder today. I think it's very, very interesting. So just to begin, to make sure it's a 15 gas. It's a gas first, and just so you guys can see what it looks like. So you take the gas for the 15, and then you actually rally this SCV to scout already at the 15th, because we're going to go for an engineering bay block. Now, there's something I didn't see if ByuN did it, but something I actually think you need to do, because I've been eBay blocking for a while. I did it like 2-3 years ago, and then I stopped for a while. Now it's meta again. I actually think it's important to avoid the scouting path with your SCV. Because you would say, well, maybe it just looks like a scout, right? Like, it doesn't have to mean anything. But if the Protoss pays attention and you scout early, especially now this build might become a bit more popular, what they can do is, imagine you just cross this probe and he sees it. He might send a probe down and start attacking your SCV right away, and then the eBay doesn't get enough health on it to block it. So I would send it a little bit around. This is gonna, you know, cost you a little bit of time on the eBay, but most of the time I'm pretty sure you can actually get it to almost max health anyway. So yeah, just like this, you can sneak in. You know, normally there wouldn't be a gateway here, but here I don't even think he sees it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Keep in mind, even though it's a gas word, it's just a one gas opener. So then you're gonna go for the eBay block over here when your SCV arrives. And basically this opener is just very disruptive. It's very annoying for him to deal with. It's very tricky. And I noticed that a lot of Protoss players aren't really sure what to do when something like this happens. Sometimes they take the third base instead, sometimes they one base all in. So quick tips I'm gonna give you. A mistake I already made in my first game trying this. So wait, let me skip a little bit forward so you can see where we're going. So you pop down the factory and you're gonna make a reactor here. And sometimes what they do is take the third nexus. But if this, what happened in my game is that I just left the eBay until it died. But to be able to afford both the CC and Hellions, you actually have to cancel this eBay at some point. So if you notice that they take the third and it's well underway, you should probably still actually cancel the eBay, so you can afford the natural CC and make Hellions at the same time. Now, this game I actually messed up with the probe. I let it in. This normally shouldn't happen. This was actually kind of annoying, so make sure you don't allow this to happen. But it's actually important to look for the probe with this Marine. So if you're not sure where the probe is, shift click your Marine about here, scout there as well, in this place and here. So in the case they do proxy, you'll be able to scout it and react quickly. Because like I said, normally with this build, you're gonna want to make Hellions. But if they do proxy you, you just want to make Marines from the reactor, and with the factory you're gonna be more than fine. This build is actually pretty good against proxies for sure. So then the CC goes down before the Hellions. And this is actually a really significant delay here as well, and our tech is very good. And as you can see, for Protoss it's really hard to spend their money. Like, they take their gas, they could also not take it and have like hundreds of minerals in the bank. But this is usually what it looks like. They have no tech, they have a bit too much gas. So you get the Hellions, then you follow it up with the depot. One Marine killing the gas. I doubt this is gonna happen a lot to you guys, but whatever. Get the starport, then you're gonna get 2 more Hellions. So far it's, yeah, I think you might have to work on the builder a little bit. Like, I feel like it's pretty simple to execute, but you do need to get it down a little bit. Sometimes you might struggle a bit with gas and stuff. So basically you're gonna go up to 4 Hellions. This should kill any gateway unit easily. Just a small mistake I actually made here. If this happens, I think the best response is to actually take the natural gas as fast as possible. But I thought in this game, you know, you guys can learn from my mistakes as well, of course. I thought in this game it would die in time, so I waited. But next time this happens, I'm just gonna make the gas already a bit earlier. This game I did it very late, but I think right now you should already be building that gas. So try to make it like 310, I guess, so it lines up with your CC finishing. Now here he kills the SCV. And actually this was a crucial mistake by him, I think. because they only have a few gateway units for this, and now this Stalker is gonna be very low, which is gonna be an easy target with the Hellions. Alright, so normally you have the second gas, so it flows a little bit better. But after the Hellions, you're gonna start off 4 Widow Mines for a drop. Now you're gonna see why this was such a big mistake to take damage on the Stalker, because it's almost impossible for him to have a full wall. He could have made a sentry maybe and lost a lot of firepower. So now I'm gonna get in. Honestly, I'm not gonna micro these too well, so I'm only killing about 11 pros. I would say, by the way, if you kill like 6 to 7 pros, it's probably already quite good for you. You can say it's not the same cost as the Hellions, but because it's very early damage, I think it matters a lot. So here's the follow-up. You have the 4 Widowmine drop leaving. In the meantime, you will have made a tech lab on the barracks to switch them around. Once again, if you want to get the builder even more slow and get your own timings down, check the links in the description. I'm really going to try not to forget them this time. If I do actually forget them again, you can call me an absolute dummy. So what I'm going to do here is I got a very fast third gas. Normally it's fast anyway, because the follow-up to this build is making Tank Raven. So you get the bunker here for the Marines, and then you're going to get Tank Raven. And from this point on, you're going to follow up just as normal, you know. Get your 3 racks, get your eBay. And one thing I have to include that's important as well. If you scout at Twilight with your Hellions, and you think DTs might be on the way, what I saw ByuN do was that he got an engineering bay at 410 to make turrets. So keep that timing in mind if you think it may be DTs, or if you're not sure, or I don't know, Stargate, whatever you want to counter. The ByuN made an eBay at 4 minute 10. Now I didn't see anything suspicious, so I skipped that completely. So here you go. My macro is not amazing, but I don't know. Hashtag relatable content, I hope. So we drop the mines. Honestly, the way you drop the mines, it doesn't matter too much. This is not... These are not the tutorial mines where I tell you guys save them here for a push. These are, with this build, you want to YOLO in with the mines. You want to get in there, do a lot of damage. If you can save them after they fire, that's okay. But these are not the mines you just AFK in the corner. You actually want to get in and drop them. So as you can see at home, my follow-up is just 3 racks eBay. I always use these add-ons for my barracks, by the way. I wouldn't make too many add-ons for no reason. It just takes up a lot of time and whatnot. Extra resources, you know. And of course you don't need the star put on the tech lab anymore. So we have the Raven. I always go for 2 tanks and then I transition. So here you see we get the Marauders and Stim, or Marine actually. Should have been a Marauder, because I like Marauders. As you guys know if you watch my my private lessons. And from this point on it's just gonna be a regular macro game, you know. I have my 3 racks already up. This tank probably should have been a bit more in the back, to be honest, in case of Blink Stalkers, but I did so much damage. What did I kill? 17 pros that you can see in the supply already. If you do that much damage, there's not much the pros can do anymore. And I know you guys can say normally in my games, I can kill 70 pros and still lose. But what's strong about this build is that the damage happens really early, because you're getting a factory before your expansion, and their expansion is delayed. So they have less probes when you hit. So if you kill 6 probes now compared to a normal game, right now it's just a bigger part of their income, and it actually matters a lot. And so far I've noticed that using this build, I'm actually just ahead most of the time, even with relatively little damage. I feel like normally with harass builds, I feel like I need to get a lot of damage done, you know. But with this build I actually felt like I was in a pretty good spot, even, yeah, killing relatively few probes. So I'm gonna go for a 30C. I think with this build, since you sacrifice a lot of units for damage, I would definitely recommend to do the 3 racks before the 3rd base. You guys know sometimes I really prefer the 3rd base before. But yeah, in this case, I think it's probably pretty risky to skip out on a lot of units, especially because your stim is going to be even more delayed. So if we do damage, don't go back for something like this. If you're ahead, you can always just deliver the finishing blow. So, you know, just try to defend this with your SCVs and mines. You can always run away if you have to. But in a case where you will, or probably will win the game or the push, just go for it though. Don't go back for a few zealots. You can even lose your entire mineral line in that case, you know. Yeah, don't be too hesitant, stick to your plan. Obviously, against the zealot composition, you would use the anti-armor missile. Against Colossi or Archon, you could use the Interference Matrix instead, or maybe against a Storm Prism as well. But against any gateway style composition, you would just go for the anti-armor missile. And then the follow-up at home just looks the same. 30C is almost finished. 4 or 5 extra barracks, got my mines and, you know, medevacs going. As you can see, obviously a complete wash after killing 17 probes. And that's gonna be it for this guide. I hope you guys enjoyed my take on this. ByuN's legacy is back. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to sub a like, and see you guys next time. Adios.